Hi, thanks very much for joining me today. It's great to have the opportunity to guide you through your practice. Today we're going to do a balance flow. Of course, balance is critical in skiing to make sure you're keeping your weight distributed and that you can recover when you get into trouble. But it's also crucial for a lot of the other activities you're engaged in, whether it's cycling or golf or running. So let's get started. We're going to do a series of moves that are upright balances. We'll do some warrior moves and we'll do some chair poses. All of these will combine to provide stability, balance as I mentioned, and to help with posture. So let's start in chair pose. You want to tuck the tailbone, just like you're sitting on a chair. You can go as low as you wish. You want to be able to see your toes and tuck those abs. Let's get 3 big breaths in here. That'll quiet the nervous system. Focus on rest, relaxation, and digestion from the breathing by calming the parasympathetic nervous system. We'll come up into mountain pose, and let's start with tree pose. Left heel on the right foot is a good place to start. Shoulders down the back. You can bring that instep up to the calf or bring it all the way up for tree pose. If you're having trouble, make sure your core is tight and that you've got a spot on the floor or on the wall that isn't moving. That's the secret to keeping your balance. And if you fall out, just come back in. We'll switch legs, heel above the ankle. That's a tree pose. On the inner calf or up into the inner thigh. Tighten the abs, focus on a spot that isn't moving, and breathe. You can put your arms overhead, arms in front, arms on the waist. If you're up against the wall, you can use the wall for balance as well. Let's go back into chair pose. We're going to do chair twist. Hands to the chest. Roll forward and left arm over the right thigh, not on the kneecap. And we're opening up the back. You can lift that left heel. And we'll put it back down. Back into chair pose. Make sure you can see your toes. Abs tucked, tailbone down. And prayer position. Roll it forward and right elbow and arm over the left thigh. Opening up the back. Back down, forward bend, half bend, Full bend. And let's roll up. Back into mountain. Let's do warrior one. Left leg forward. Right leg back. We're on railroad tracks. Back foot's at a 45. Weight into the knife edge for warrior one. Hip bones pointing forward. Left hip back, right hip forward. And we'll transition into warrior two. Change your alignment so that your front heel intersects the back instep. And breathing. Now we're going to bring it up to set up for warrior three. You want to shift the weight into the front leg, take the weight off the back leg, and find your spot on the ground. You can put those arms forward. Once again, making sure the abs are tucked. Touch back down and into mountain pose. Let's switch to the other side. Right foot forward, left foot back on railroad tracks for warrior one. Hips pointing forward. Weight on that back knife edge that's at a 45. And you're aiming to straighten this front thigh out, but making sure that you're keeping the knee above the ankle. And breathing. Warrior two, adjust your stance. Front heel intersects the middle of the back foot. 4, warrior two. We'll shift to the front, put the weight on the right front foot. We're taking it off the back for warrior three. Weight shifts into the front, use that toe for balance to get you off, and warrior three. Making sure your abs are tight, and come down when you're done. Another balancing pose, simple one-legged knee bend. Let's pull the left knee into the chest. Once again, find your drishti, your spot on the wall or on the ground. And if you want, get some ankle rolls in there. You can level it out. And leg forward if you want to add that in. That's all done with the thigh. And back down. Now we'll bring the right knee in. up to the chest. And we can straighten that out. All done with that thigh. And back down to mountain pose, making sure we're breathing. Let's go back into the warrior series. Warrior 1. Knee over the ankle, back foot at a 45 on railroad tracks. Shoulders down the back. From Warrior 1, Warrior 2, you could open that up. Front heel intersects back foot. And if you want to add a little tension, a little more stretch, widen your stance, looking over the front fingertips. Arms are parallel, shoulders are soft, fingers are pointing out. And we'll come back into a high lunge to initiate the Warrior 3, shifting the weight onto the front foot, using the toe for balance, and back up into the Warrior 3. That chatter and shimmy in your ankles building strength and balance. Back into mountain pose. A few good breaths. And we'll do the other side. Warrior 1. Warrior 2. And shifting the weight into the front foot. Set the toe to initiate the Warrior 3 and up into the Warrior 3. And back into mountain pose. Let's bring the left knee in. The beauty of balance moves is that you really can't focus on anything else. If your mind is wandering, this will help you focus. And the right knee, you're focusing on that spot, keeping the abs tucked. And if you fall out, you can just come back in or see if you can save it. Kind of like saving a turn when you're skiing. You almost lose it and then your core brings everything back together. And that balance makes all the difference in the world. Let's get down onto our hands, plank position, an upward dog, and downward dog. Let's walk it out a little bit. It's an active pose, but there's also a home base feeling about downward dog. Chest towards the thighs, heels towards the mat, head, weight hanging down. You're looking at your belly. And let's take it back up. Chair pose. Prayer to the left. Opening up that back again. Sometimes the beauty of yoga is in the repetition. And you get to go deeper usually on the second rep. Half bend, flat back, full bend. Back up into chair. Tailbone down. Rolling forward. Left arm over the right thigh. Opening up. And forward bend. Half bend, flat back. Forward bend. We'll roll it all the way up. And mountain pose. One more set of tree pose. Balancing maneuver. Left leg up at the thigh, or it can be heel above the ankle or on the calf. Keeping your balance, keeping your focus on a spot that isn't moving. You can play around with the arms. And tree pose on the left leg. Once again, if you come out, come back in. You can open that knee as much as you're comfortable with. And back into mountain pose. Let's come down to our mats, into easy seat. If you have a side that's more comfortable than the other side, switch them up. It's good to challenge ourselves and go to the places we're least comfortable. From easy seat, forward bend. Just roll the torso forward, straight back until you can't go any further, and then just let the weight of the head carry you down, tucking the abs to protect the lower back. Roll it back up. Let's go over the left knee. Same thing. But you can open up the right side. Chin to the knee, keeping the toes bent to protect the knees. And back up to center, straight spine, and to the right. Flat back until you can't go any further. Then let the weight of your head roll you down. Once again, toes are pointing towards your knees. Opening up that back left side from the glute up through the lower back. And we'll roll back up. Nice tall straight spine. Left hand on the right knee. Look over the right shoulder. Enjoy the view if you've got one, or enjoy the inner peace that yoga brings. And right hand on the left knee, looking over the left shoulder. Got a few creatures crawling around out here. We'll breathe. You should feel different from when you started. Blood is flowing, body temperature's up. You've filled your body with all that oxygen, cleared the mind, and recharged yourself. Ready to go for whatever the day brings, ready to go for the next ski season, and for all those other endeavors you're undertaking. Thanks so much for joining me. It's a real pleasure to be able to guide you through your practice. Thanks very much. I'm Carl.